Welcome to Clever Classroom IT. My name is Phil Mellifont, and in this series of Clever Classroom IT, we'll be looking at a range of issues that are relevant to schools to do with technology and learning. We want to look at teacher professional development, identifying the hardware and software in your school, and a whole range of issues with invited guests that will challenge the way that you think about technology and learning in school and at home. We have Ron McGregor from Scholastic New Media to show us some of the latest software. Hi Ron.
Hi Phil, how are you going?
I'm well. You've got some software for the lower primary, I think.
Yes, this particular title is called Phonics Alive, the Sound Blender. It's the second in a range of products produced in Australia by Advanced Software. It tackles the early literacy skills that kids need to get a good grasp of if they're going to understand English and be able to read and be able to write and so forth. So
let's have a look.
Let's have a look at the program. It's got a really fun interface, and basically you start off here, you can add your name. So the kids can actually have their results recorded, and after they've gone through quite a number of the various exercises, they get a certificate at the end saying how well they've gone.
Okay.
So in this case here, we'll click on, say, Scholastic New Media, and go.
Welcome to the wonderful world of sound. You must listen very carefully, but if you want to hear a question again, just click on this button, and I'll repeat it. Click your mouse button when you're ready to start.
So it's nice and easy for the kids to get started with.
Have a look at this word. The sounds in this word are d. Click on the
Interesting to see there. A lot of people are asking us for Australian voices with the software. This is produced in Australia and it's got a nice Australian voice.
Great. Click on the Good. Click on the d. Okay. Mud. That's right. The word is mud.
So this is the second in the series.
Now take a look at this word.
And so it would follow on the skills in the first in the series?
Exactly. The first one was designed to take people through the alphabet, or take young kids through the alphabet, whereas the second one is blending the individual sounds together. And you can do consonant, vowel, consonant, and it actually introduces the kids now how to start deciphering words and getting them into, you know, the art of spelling. Now, how do we put a word together? What actual letters go together to make up the word? It's nice and slow-paced because these are young kids using the product.
Okay. Click on the
Now, if I click on the incorrect sound...
No, that's the b.
It doesn't make a great rattle and hum about it.
No, that's the b. No, that's the b.
But it still encourages them to go on and get the right answer.
On the t.
And it's actually recording those misses as well, so that will actually be reflected in the results that the student gets.
Well done. Bat. Yes, the word is bat.
And a fun little animation.
Excellent. Well, that was a quick look at Phonics Alive, the second version. So Ron, you've got some reference titles for both primary and secondary.
Certainly have. This first one we've got is the National Geographic magazine. If you imagine, the magazine's been going since 1888. We've got every copy of the magazine been scanned. It's on 30 CD-ROMs. It's gone for 108 years, and students can now access this through their multimedia computers. So
108 years of National Geographic.
Now, I'm trying to think of how many pages that is, but it certainly is a lot of them. But if you come up to the search button here, and you type in one of the popular subjects is Egypt. And if we go to start, it'll search all of the National Geographic CD-ROMs going back right to 1888. It'll take probably about 10 seconds to do that because there's quite a lot of different articles and features on Egypt. Now if we just go to this one here, say Age of the Pyramids, you've got an idea of what it's about. So I've clicked on Age of the Pyramids. It's an article from 1995 and it covers quite a number of pages, about 40 pages. I'm going to that selection. It even covers the advertisements, so you can see some of the very early advertisements. And
so the entire magazine's are on the CD?
Absolutely. Every page of every magazine has been scanned. The important thing is you can see not only the articles as they were written, but how they were written, so what people's thoughts were on particular topics. I can zoom in on this and I can click through to each different article.
So this would be a CD set?
It's 30 CDs, and
30 CDs.
it's over here on the
And it comes in a
table.
nice timber case, I see.
There's room for additional CDs. They will be coming through as they make the magazine, of course.
And you can print any page?
You can print any page. It's just a matter of coming down to the... We'll just click out of that. And you go back to the print option over here.
Okay.
It prints out nicely on a good laserjet printer or a high-quality bubble-jet printer. As I said, I can go back to the search facility here. I can actually limit the number of years that I want to search for. I can search for articles and features. I can search for articles, features and different page references, or I can say just go for advertisements. I can see some of the early COGADs if I want to.
Right. Excellent resource for school libraries.
Absolutely. If you look at that big tattered pile that's lying in the corner in most libraries with some of the favourite issues gone, here's the chance to get those issues back into school.
Excellent. I have with me Joanne Webster. Welcome, Joanne.
Thanks, Phil.
Now, you're a teacher and you've been doing some interesting things in the primary classroom with multimedia and with Hyper Studio.
Yes, the kids love Hyper Studio. They've put some really great stacks together. They enjoy the power to control what they want to do on the screen and get movies and file links and all sorts of things happening.
Great. Well, a picture's worth 1,000 words, so let's have a look at some of the samples.
Great.
Okay.
This is one a group of girls have made on space, and they're on a journey through space.
The sound effects.
Fabulous sound effects, really easy to put together, and they've made it a kind of a game. They've had a look at comets and things, and they've put a few little bits and pieces in. You can see they actually can record their own face, and they've actually created a link of their own into another program so that you can actually see some more information on comets.
Okay.
Make a hyperlink.
So this could actually link to websites.
Oh, anything. Yeah, if you've got the internet live, you can link to the internet live and it'll bring up a page straight away.
Okay. I know you've got some more to show us. Maybe if you quickly show us how we can build something like this, and then we can look at some more examples.
Yeah, fabulous. The stacks are easy to make. You just start with a blank page. Okay, you've got a tool palette that you can just drag off, and using the tool palette and your objects menu, you can very simply put something rather exciting together.
Okay. So you're dragging tools onto the screen and inserting some text.
Get a nice colour combination here. Yeah, very easy.
So which KLAs can teachers use Hyper Studio?
Because Hyper Studio is such an open range, sort of a generic package, you can really use it with any KLA, whether it's science and technology, English, art, whatever. That's part of the beauty of the program, that you can buy it and use it for just about anything.
Great. So we've got a text box there that we can put some text into. Maybe if we write some Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the great thing about Hyper Studio is that it doesn't have to be linear. A lot of the ideas can actually link.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah. We
So
can
how would we create a link?
could pop a button in.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a series of icons. The
Right.
kids love that sort of stuff.
We can move the button anywhere we
Move the
like.
button anywhere we like on the screen. Click off, and then you've got a series of actions that you can perform with that button, whether you go to another page or whether you pop a movie in or whatever. It's up to
Okay,
you.
so we could create other pages or insert movies and pictures. Right, okay.
All sorts of things.
So let's have a look at some of the other examples that you've been working with in the
Okay.
classroom. Right, so these are projects that groups of students have been working on, and you would suggest that teachers probably would have them work in groups in HyperStudio?
That's right. I've worked with HyperStudio with groups of either 1 to 3 kids. You could have more if you wanted to. Usually when I use HyperStudio, I have a project-based idea, so the kids are working on their own project or a project that I've asked them to work through. I get them to use software or other books or the internet to research and then incorporate their presentation in a HyperStudio stack, which they really enjoy.
Okay.
This one was, as you can see, is on Egypt. The kids actually made this pyramid and popped it out in the playground.
All right.
Took a digital photo and popped it into HyperStudio. Yeah. Okay, you can see they've loved the photo. This is actually a draft. I've opened a different one. And again, they've got some hieroglyphics and things in there.
All right. And if I were a teacher in say a classroom with one machine and one copy of HyperStudio, where would I start?
I guess you'd start perhaps with a storyboard idea or a contract. So the kids would be doing their research and they put a storyboard together of where the particular information is going to go within the stack. Kids love, the chart paper, just get it all down, what buttons they're going to have and where their links are going to go to, so that they've got a lot of the thinking work done before they actually get to the machine.
So a lot of the planning could be done on paper or on butcher paper on the wall before they actually get to the machine.
That's right. Yeah, and if the kids know they're going to use the computer for 40 minutes on Wednesday, well, great, they can go for it and they've got it all planned, ready to go.
Okay, we can quickly look at your last example here.
One more. The kids love doing their own drawings in HyperStudio too, and their drawings always look gorgeous. This is a nice, like a choose-your-own-adventure story, I guess. A little bit gruesome. Got that sound effect again. And, whoops, we're a vampire.
We're a vampire. Great.
Okay.
So classroom multimedia with HyperStudio. Thank you, Joanne.
Fantastic, thank you.
I have with me Joanne Webster, who's been doing some classroom multimedia with HyperStudio. Welcome, Joanne.
Thanks, Phil.
A lot of teachers tend to use HyperStudio maybe with science or with language, but you can actually use it with all KLAs.
Oh, of course you can. Yeah, I've got a lovely little example here using HyperStudio in maths, actually. The kids have put together their times tables, and if you get the answer right, well, you get a nice little surprise.
So it's like a game.
Yeah, let's have a go. Okay, here's a lecture. We've got to figure out 12 nines.
Okay. Do you know the answer?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah, it's a lecture. I think that's right. So
Okay.
we're doing
So this is something that a student has, this project has been a project that a student has dreamed up. If I'm a teacher and I'm thinking, how can I want to use HyperStudio, I can see the advantages in it, where do I start? What's the planning involved? What would you suggest?
Great. I think modelling is really, really a great strength that we have in teaching, especially with computers. Basically what I do is just model a couple of pages of a stack on the screen and tell the kids to go for it, have an explore, and they always come up with things that are far more wonderful and exciting than I can think of. This kid's actually put this together and it's his first time using HyperStudio.
Okay. And if I was a teacher and I was a little bit shy and not used to the computer, of course I could call on an expert in the class to do the modelling
That's
examples.
right, yeah, they could do the modelling. HyperStudio has some great samples within the program also, so if you hadn't had the opportunity to use the computer a lot before yourself, you go into the samples and use those.
And have a look. Great, thank you.
Thank you.